One of the things that I'm learning from watching van conversion, step van conversion videos is that before you start your build, you have to have a pretty good idea of where you want to go. Because once everything's in place, without stripping everything out, it's really hard to move everything. So I'm doing a lot of research along those lines and trying to get get an idea of exactly what I want, how long term I want to be. I'm seeing that you can go either from a very minimalist setup, which is literally an open box, throw in a couple of prefab tables and bolt them to the floor and a couple of water jugs and you're good to go, to fully finished, darn near home setups with water storage and full kitchens and everything else. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to do this. I think I've got a list of things that I want to keep with me, and that's something I'm going to have to try to work in. As it is now, I think my plans or my notion to use a truck camper pretty much shot down, which is kind of a bummer because I like the idea of being able to go off-road, maybe stealth camp, etc., etc. I don't see that happening with what I want to bring with me. The only way I could possibly pull that off is to have a truck camper with a trailer with a workshop behind it, because turns out I really like using my dehydrator and my slicer and my vacuum sealer and a few other things like that. My Instant Pot's a big deal, but that's not really a long-term thing. That it would really suck to try to have to jam all of that into like a truck camper, because they're very limited on space, especially with the newer trucks with a 6.5 foot bed, etc. 8 foot bed, you could get away with a little bit more. A half dozen, 1/6 of the other. If I want to have any tools involved, then I have to have a trailer. So again, more cost, especially when you're talking about buying a vehicle. The other end of that is Class Bs are pretty much out of the question. Anything newer is going to be close to 3 figures or 6 figures rather, and not something I want to entertain. But on the other hand, there's the step van conversion, which gives you a lot of options because it's a big giant box on wheels, and if you get them 10 to 20 years old with 300,000 or 200,000 to 300,000 miles on it, they can be relatively inexpensive, between 10 and $8,000 and $10,000, I think. So all things that I'm looking at right now. I've taken the first steps to make this happen, which is, again, more proof that, having equity and having funds gives you more opportunity. It's not just about having money. It's about having the ability to act on possibilities. So we'll see how that works out. I didn't want to say too much about it because I don't want to jinx myself. 60 days, I'll know one way or the other, right? But having said all of that, I do still want to work on video. I haven't given up on making the videos. I've got a whole summer's worth of stuff, and the new season's starting soon, so I need to do something about that. Regardless of what I do with my longer-term camping plans or my longer-term van life plans, it's probably going to be 12 months before I have a workable solution, no matter what else happens. So I'll still be using my little camper for the short term and my little Jeep Renegade. Anyway, thanks for hanging around. Talk to you later.